Welcome back. This is Nick up here at Maple Motors in Hendersonville, Tennessee, and today we're going for a test drive in a 1978 Corvette. This one here has a 350 under the hood. It's also got power steering. Looks like the AC's there. We'll be checking it out before we take off. We're also going to do a walk around video, checking out everything else on the car, even the headlights. MapleMotors.com is my main website. I have close to 100 detailed pictures, financing information, shipping. I can ship this car to your front door. Also have wheels, tires, parts, and accessories. And we update every Monday with new cars. So hit that subscribe button. We're about to take off down the road. It's about that time. Let's go forward. Before we take off, gonna look around the interior, check some stuff out. It does have a few little missing parts on the door, like the lock switch right here. You're missing the trim for your mirror adjustment. You can see around the edge there, it's got a little rough spot on the door itself. The seats are in decent shape, a little faded on the console. Let's look in the back. It's not too bad back there. You got a set up in the corner for a stereo system if you want it. Go ahead and place your bets. Do you think the horn works on this one? Jumping off in the driver's seat. Starts up nice and easy. Horn, you ready? Oh man, I actually thought that one was going to work pretty good. You've got telescoping. You've got tilt. Temp gauge is up, gas gauge is down. We need to go ahead and get some gas in this one. Oil pressure's up and alternator's charged. And we also have the face to the radio in the office. Try the AC out. I don't think the AC's kicking on. I don't hear the compressor kicking on at all. It's also not blowing through the vents, so you may have a bad blower motor. That window flies up and down. What about this one? Goodness. Yeah, I'd say they work pretty good. Wipers. Woo! And we'll do the headlights in the walk around video, so be sure to check that out. Our tag's not coming up. Showing 30,000 miles. It's hard to stand by in that. Let's hit the road and see how she runs and drives. All right, so we're getting ready to take off here. Anything I see, I will let you know. That's why I make these videos. We are making a pit stop during this test drive because I got something I want to pick up. So if you watch the C10 video, you know what I'm talking about. Speedometer's already coming up. Our brake pedal's a little bit squeaky. The steering, as soon as I turn, it turns. Straight as an arrow down the road. Down's hooked up. A little bit of a pop from the rear end. If I get into it, may have a loose mount back there. Our RPM tag is trying to come up on. Turn signals. They're clicking on both sides, but it's not flashing on the left side. I do got to pull in here. The brakes actually felt pretty good coming to a stop there. If I'd have got on them, it'd have pushed me up through the windshield. They're stopping pretty fast. And all of our gauges are looking pretty good. 100% getting gas right after this. Oil pressure is up to 40 in park, 35 in idle, and engine temperature's at 190. This car feels good so far. I'm gonna run in this pawn shop, get my new guitar, and I'll be back. So if you just come right down the road from the lot, you've seen I drove right up there. There is a small pawn shop here called Outpost Pawn. They have a lot of good music gear. I recommend checking them out. Let's go inside. All right, made it to the pawn shop. Come up here to see David and pick up my new SG. Very excited about that. Be getting back to the test drive here in a moment. But yeah, it's worth stopping in if you like music equipment. It's got a lot of tools and stuff too. So I actually sold a lot of your music stuff here lately.
Yeah, we sold quite a bit.
All right, let's get back to the test drive. Good deal. Kind of felt cool getting in a '78 Corvette with a guitar. Now we're gonna go to the gas station, see if this gas gauge works. Hey, tell me below in the comments how many of y'all in the early '80s, late '80s got in a Corvette with your guitar heading to a gig. Just feels right. Wait on some of this traffic here. Jump out across the road. The turn signal switch is kind of swiveling around on me. Needs to be tightened up. Suspension on these old Corvettes weren't the greatest. This one feels about right. They're always low to the ground, a little bumpy. We're gonna pull in this gas station. I'm gonna put about $20 worth of premium fuel in this car. What's up? That guy loves me here now. I think. He might not like me. Seems like he does. Let's put some fuel in this car. All right, I'm gonna show you something on this car. Some people don't know. Some of y'all do that have owned them before. So the gas goes in back here, and there's a drain right there in the back you wanna always keep clean. Otherwise, it'll actually fill up water in your gas tank. Had that happen before. Had to do some draining of the tank. We're gonna put about $20 in here, check this gas gauge out, and see if it works. Jumping off in the car. The gas gauge came up a little bit. It should keep on rolling up. It was lower than that. We'll keep an eye on it as we drive to see if it raises up even more. I noticed a little bit of a power steering leak up under the car here. Engine temperature is a little bit below 200 and the oil pressure is at 35. Heading on back to the lot now. You can see on that turn signal switch how it goes up and down like that. Steering feels nice and tight. We're going straight down the road. The steering wheel is not centered up though. You can see it's actually facing that way. Brakes on this thing are incredible. They feel awesome. They're stopping fast. The car's got a little bit of pep to it, but I do have that popping coming from the rear end. Almost feels like a bracket's messed up on there. And you only feel it when you get on it. So just driving around normal, it doesn't do that. It's when you're jumping on that throttle. Suspension on these were never great, but for a Corvette, I would give it an 8 out of 10. If I was basing it off of any other car, I'd probably give it a 5 out of 10 because they are a little bit bumpy in this year when it came to suspension. Obviously, some of the newer Vettes, like that year there, it was nice and smooth. When you get back to the lot, I'm gonna do the walk around video. So we know we got gas. I'll go ahead and let them go. They got a big rig. We got a boat. So yeah, I do appreciate you watching. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe and come on down here and see us. We'll welcome you in the lot. I'll see you later, guys.